Okay, we talked about the strepsirrhine primates. Now we're moving on to the haplorrhine primates, the suborder Haplorrhini. And the Haplorrhini is divided up into two infraorders, the Tarsiiformes, or the tarsiers, and the infraorder Simiformes, or Anthropoidea, which are the simian or anthropoid primates, and we will get to those after a brief discussion first about tarsiers, which are amazing little primates. And when I say little, I mean really little. There's a beautiful photo. You can see it here at the top of this image in your textbook on page 314. That's the 5th edition of Feldhammer. So, but anyway, let's talk some more before I show you the skull here about the infraorder Tarsiiformes. Kelton Patton talk about it on page 183 in the lab manual. They also have a really nice diagram plus a map. This infraorder and family are found in Southeast Asia and in the Philippines. These are small animals, primarily arboreal, with clinging and leaping means of traveling, but they do descend to the ground, and they're predators. They're carnivorous and insectivorous, and they're primarily found in primary and secondary lowland and montane tropical forests. Now there's 11 species in 3 different genera in Borneo and in the Indonesian island of Sulawesi, and also in the Philippines. And I'm going to show you one skull here to just show just how distinctive these little primates are, and you can maybe see why they have their own infraorder. We're dealing with the one family, the Tarsiidae, and we're dealing with the genus Tarsius. But like I said, in the lab manual there are 3 recognized genera, but we'll just restrict ourselves to one. And the skull we have here is tiny. So this is a skull of a tarsier, or a bone clone of a skull of a tarsier. And when you see that lower jaw, well, I'll zoom in a moment, you'll see that it looks like that of an insectivore. But when you see something like this, what is the thing that jumps out at you right away? Those enormous eyes, those enormous orbits, eye sockets. Each eye socket is about the size of the cranium, the brain cavity. Truly enormous. Zoom in on this. If I can. Oh, sorry about that. I have a very dinky little tripod here, and sometimes it doesn't behave very well for me. So here you get a closer look, full-on look at these eye sockets. And turn the skull upside down. Oops, very overexposed. That's better. Now you can see it a bit better. Let's bring the lower jaw in a bit closer to see. So that looks like the lower jaw of an insectivore, I think. Just steady up there for a moment. It's a fairly thick lower jaw considering the size of the animal. And the incisors are interesting as well. When you look at the Kelton patent manual, lab manual, one of the things that they point out is that the orbits, those very circular, nearly spherical orbits, are completely separated from the temporal fossa. This is this trench-like area here behind the eye, right there. That's the temporal fossa. So it's, the orbit is completely walled off from the temporal fossa. Also, the orbits not only are enormous, but they have a prominent ridge all the way around each of them. Let's see if we can see it a little better if I turn it so that the lighting, okay, now you can see it here in this one. Okay, you can see there's a ridge around the outside of the orbit. But since this is a ballpoint pen, you can see just how small this skull is. There are many small mammals like wood rats that have bigger skulls than this little guy. So this is a tarsier. So read up on this in your lab manual, be able to recognize it. Recognize that it is in a different family, the Tarsiidae, family Tarsiidae. It's in a different infraorder from the simian primates or the anthropoid primates. And of course, it's in a different suborder as well from the lemurs. It's a Haplorrhini primate, whereas those are Strepsirrhini primates. Okay, I'm gonna pause this video, stop this video here. And the next ones we're going to take a look at will be the Simiformes, or the simian primates, the anthropoid primates, which include the New World monkeys, which are in the parvorder Platyrrhini, and the Old World monkeys and apes, which are called the parvorder Catarrhini. So a lot of new names associated with this order, the order Primates.